There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales. And before we get started on today's episode, I'd like to thank the previous guest, the MCS Podcast. It was finally the Main Character Syndrome versus the MCS Podcast confrontation happened last episode. And that's Lime, Jinjo, and Dylan. And it was pretty great. We were talking about hopefully becoming mangakas in Japan, but enough about that. Enough about those two dorks. Let's talk about these two dorks. Here with me, I got Michael and Tectonic Improv.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm back, baby.
Woo! First episode original, right there.
That's right. Homegrown. Yes. I'm excited to see how far this podcast has come. In the meantime, I've heard some podcasts have been murdered by it in the meantime. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. It's all I wanted, really. Just the murder podcast.
It's every podcaster's dream is to catch a charge.
True. That's true. I think that makes the podcast way more interesting, in my opinion. You know, that's why the kill stream is so popular.
More like the killed stream.
Was that?
Did you hear about like Ralph getting like beat the shit out of him in Portugal like twice?
Yeah,
I was gonna say which
it's like
time.
his fetish.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he just keeps getting beat up in Portugal. I don't understand.
Maybe he's hoping that like his face will get disfigured so much, like that guy in One Piece who gets turned into handsome Squidward because he gets his ass kicked too hard.
That'd be pretty awesome. Maybe it's just his fetish, or maybe he's just an asshole wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean,
those are givens.
Likely.
Yeah,
it's likely that he was just being an asshole and got the shit kicked out of him. But
I can't wait to see what kind of child he's gonna raise with me.
Oh, that's scary.
That is scary.
I try not to think about that.
Yeah, it's a very scary topic. I think this is the best argument for abortion rights is right there.
And how?
Oh my god! But enough about other podcasts. What's up? What do you guys do? You guys collab, don't you? You guys have a very special baby on YouTube right now, right?
It's true, little baby boy.
Yeah. Although,
please tell me everything.
Yeah. Well, I think I even shilled this on the last time I was on here, but me and Michael, we run a YouTube channel called Repstugog, which is short for We Review Every PS2 Game, oh god. It basically explains itself, I feel like.
Yeah, no, you don't really need much more explaining than that. That's what we do.
And I think I've already explained it, so... Just watch the first episode with me and Kazoo.
I remember the seeds of this idea forming in voice calls back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has a humble beginnings, and there was a lot of, and not that I blame anyone because I was one of them. It was a lot of, oh yeah, well let's totally do this, and then like it just kind of slowly sunk in. I was like,
It's like, this is a lot of work. And like none of us have ever actually like done video reviews, so like,
well,
yeah,
Tectonic does.
I had at that point,
yeah,
but it was also kind of like, well, I kind of wanted to still do my actual like YouTube channel reviews, and just reviewing every PS2 game on top of that.
It's a lot of
was
work.
a lot, and you know I didn't have the means to. I wasn't just gonna fucking buy a PS. There's like every excuse under the fucking moon that you could make to just not do this. But I think it was like Michael was brave enough to forge on, and I told him that if the YouTube subscribers of Repstugog ever surpass my YouTube channel, I will return to Repstugog full time. Because I am a coattail rider. I follow. I'm a fair weather friend.
We called it the clout clause.
Yes.
And that was our agreement.
The clout clause. So he I made the Unreal Tournament review, and I was like, all right, you can move on. And then I think I also I think I made the Orphan review before that clause was in effect, because I had written the review, I think, and like my footage had gotten corrupted, so I was like, fuck this. And that's also what kind of like stopped me from doing more Repsugog. But then I was like, I feel bad. So I ended up re-recording the game and finishing the review for that. And then after that, I think I came back.
Can't keep a good video reviewer down.
Yeah, I came back quote unquote full time. It's funny to say, because I don't how many more reviews have I made besides that? Is it just the DDS reviews and Matrix?
Yeah, like 3 reviews, more than me, honestly. But
well, you know, you gotta you decided to tackle something big, so.
I'm lagging on a Kingdom Hearts review, and also being hopelessly addicted.
Kingdom Hearts in the year of our Lord 2022.
That's true.
I mean, it had to happen at some point.
Yeah.
We're not just gonna not review it, you know.
I had every opportunity to get it out in like a timely manner so that it would like align with like hype releases, like Sora getting into Smash and stuff like that. But man, that just didn't happen.
Yeah, I get you. It's I've been in that situation before where it's like, if this podcast came out at this time, it would have benefited from so much SEO.
Yeah,
in theory,
I'm constantly thinking about like just like ways to capitalize on like the hype of just like non-related things, because it's just people see Sora and they're like, I'm gonna go play Kingdom Hearts again, and then they're like, I'm gonna watch a video on it. And it works. I mean,
I've been trying to help you guys out behind the scenes with my classic shilling tactics. Because I think all you guys need is like maybe 1 or 2 other like larger like video game guys to like shout you out, right?
This channel is close. It's had a couple of not like giant successes,
near
but
cloud experiences.
Yeah, well,
it's had some close encounters.
Kind of Funny Games shouted us out. We get shout outs from To Snakerer.
Well, okay. Hang on. Wasn't it like what? I feel like when you say kind of funny, shout out. When you say kind of funny games, I feel like people immediately assume it's Greg Miller, but it wasn't like the other guy.
It's the other guy, but hey, shout out's a shout out.
So we're trying to get the Greg Miller shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, if anyone knows Greg Miller, I mean, point him my way, I guess.
Yeah,
it wouldn't hurt. It's one little Greg Miller tweet. When it doesn't kill anybody.
True.
That's what I say.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever talked about this together or publicly at all to begin with, but I don't want to put words in your mouth, Michael, but I just feel a certain like quote unquote content malaise for a while now. Not to like say like, I don't like doing it anymore, but I've just kind of felt like I guess I could do that, but
it's
I'd
definitely
just not.
I fall in and out of love with the process, and I think that's something that happens to creatives. Not all creatives, but it happens to some creatives, and I happen to be one of them. Because sometimes I'm just like, man, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to edit for 12 hours. I don't care that I have to work the next day. I'm staying up all night and I'm going to get so much done. And then like for the next like 3 weeks, I'm just like, I kind of hate making videos.
I've kind of always been like that when I made YouTube videos. It was sort of like even back when I made like the Sonic video or something, which is like my first video. I would always be like, all right, well now I made a video, I'm gonna take a week off, and then I'll get started on my next one, and then like it's just slowly morphed into, it's like, well now that's done.
Yeah, week off, bad for the grind.
Back playing Elden Ring.
Cheesy never takes a week off. He's a fucking content machine.
He's a little grinder.
Yeah, it's it's well, you got if you love your work, you never work a day in your life.
That's
true. Fuck you.
I think I think I do live by that clout clause though that you guys got going on.
Yeah.
Because I think people, if you know my history, like I had another webcomic called Bongo Luna, and once the money was becoming rest in peace. Once the money became stagnant on that, I had to realize I got to try something different because this is kind of insane. And so I did Villainverse, and that one made me like slightly more money, right?
Yeah.
And but Villainverse was like taking a while, and I mean it's the same thing. Like I gotta like keep trying to do something that's popular and get people's attention. Currently, right now, that's like My Alien Girlfriend. I've been pretty good about that.
How's that been going for you? I've always liked how you kind of like spin. I don't know if like the term like spinning many plates like works, but I like that you jump from projects a lot. And you don't just stick to like the one thing, even if you're following where the money goes. It's still new things.
Appreciate it. It depends on the project because some projects are kind of like, I'm fine with like having these massive like breaks in between chapters of Villainverse because I think ultimately once I finish the last chapter of Villainverse, like that's gonna be the best way to read it, is just to read it all the way through. So it's like I'm slowly chipping away the best version of this story, and there seems to be not that I feel like there's more people demanding a Bongo Luna revival than like the latest chapters of Villainverse right now, which is fine, because I really do think
they're nostalgic.
Yeah, they're nostalgic, right? But Bongo Luna was always like designed to be just suddenly dropped one day on purpose. But with Villainverse,
do you feel the same way about your current weekly comic that you're doing?
I feel like this. I guess the spoilers about where my mindset is gonna be with this comic, but either I could like probably run it for 2 more years, maybe, or eventually I'll just get a different artist to like continue it.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Because my plan is kind of like the basic premise. Like, if anyone knows, my current weekly series is My Alien Girlfriend Doesn't Know I'm an Alien, right? And that's basically going to be the whole premise for like I'm going to see if I could drag that premise for like a year at least, and then after that, like I'm going to like really switch it up. It's going to get. I'll tell you this much: it's going to get weirder. I'm really going to try to throw as many weird shit as possible.
I really like the 4chan girl. She's a favorite of mine.
Oh, the Bella Luna, the blue one?
No, the 4chaner, the one that goes on the paranormal board and posts.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. She's gonna come back. In a major way.
I'm very fond of her, but I'm also sad at what's happening to her.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you this much. That twist kind of came almost last second, because originally it was gonna end a different way. It was gonna be a little bit more, just like originally it was gonna be that she was gonna get her mind erased, but then I was like, wouldn't it be like freakier if it turns out that this has been going on for a long time?
Yeah.
Right. So I thought, this would be a cool direction to take this in. But besides that, I'm not gonna spoil too much what happens to that character. She will come back. We're barely like at the beginning. I'm gonna pull a lot of stuff I did kind of like in Bongo and Luna. If anyone remembers, there's from all the handful of posts I've seen of Bongo Luna from 4chan, there was one where someone was saying like, "Oh, read Bongo Luna, cute clown girl comic." I don't know where one of the characters tries to commit suicide, and so that energy, I am gonna do that in My Alien Girlfriend, but I'm like not the exactly character who's gonna try to kill himself. I mean like
just something like a sucker punch to the audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep throwing. Like I'm not gonna never let them guess your next move. That's gonna be my philosophy with this comic.
That's true.
But that's been going pretty good. Like I think it also helps that I have like the kind of already webtoon popularity, but it's been growing way faster than Bongo Luna. I'm already like at 500 like subscribers on My Alien Girlfriend, and it took me like 5 months to reach that with Bongo Luna. it took me like under 2 months to reach that with this comic.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, you have like recognition. Like, I mean, the people who, you know, read Bongo and
yeah,
Luna,
you're
they
the Twitter comic guy.
Oh yeah, I'm
like,
big Twitter artist.
You know, yeah, big Twitter artist. But no, it's just like I feel like it definitely, like, you get your name out there, you get projects under your belt, and people will like know who you are, and it becomes a lot easier to gain traction. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. And also recently, just this year, I started like vending like locally at small conventions and festivals.
I'm seeing those posts. Cool.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it's a very fucking humbling experience.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's so many countless times I've sat next to people who have like way less of a following than I do online, but are making bank compared to me. You know, so it's like, wow, these numbers kind of don't matter sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, once you leave the internet, the internet does not really like to follow you.
Right. It's very like the guy. There was a guy next to me who was doing fucking like Mario with like Japanese paintbrush style, and he was making like a killing with those.
Oh no shit.
And I'm over here just trying to sell my. That's the thing. The majority of my stuff is like original, so I really gotta like sell people. Like they won't know they like it, and always kind of depends on people. You know.
You gotta draw Princess Daisy getting her boobs grabbed instead of Bongo. That's what's gonna get you the money.
Oh, definitely. I've been actually, I'm gonna be assisting my partner in a Pride festival that's coming up like next month actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sell villain verse, but I recently started doing a strategy of like making like a binder just filled with random like art pieces that I've drawn. I don't know if you noticed that I've been posting them recently. There was the Devilman picture, the Firebrand one. I drew Scarecrow and Slash from Ninja Turtles. And I'm thinking like, for the Pride one, maybe I should draw a couple of like gay pictures. Maybe draw like Venom being gay or something, or Spider-Man being gay, you know.
Venom being
like
gay.
that, right?
Venom being gay with Eminem.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I just listened to the full version of that song like a couple of days ago.
Even funnier, I just listened to it right before this call.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
What? It's a good song. No, that's
sure it is. Sure. Knock, knock, got the devil in. Adrenaline.
Have you seen the music video for that song?
I have not.
It's
yes,
like
yes, I have. It's like people literally become Venom.
Yeah, no, they become Eminem, don't they?
Yes, they become Eminem because Eminem is Venom.
I don't know if they can use like Venom in the music video, but it's shot very similar to the Venom movie. Yeah,
it's like legally distinct Venom.
Yeah, but the lyrics do mention stuff from the movie, like he says, "Oh, Eddie Brock." That's one of the lines.
Yeah, well,
he's like, "You're Eddie Brock and I'm the symbiote." Venom.
There's an old Busta Rhymes song with Nicki Minaj where, like, in the video, Busta Rhymes' his head just randomly morphs into Venom's head for no reason.
It's fucking awesome.
Very strange.
You know, I will say something about Venom. It elicits the same sort of like feeling I get from the old Will Smith rap songs of its day, like your Men in Blacks and your Wild Wild Wests.
Yeah, we don't get those.
Wow.
We really don't.
We just get crying Will.
We just get crying Will and Oscar's
get your
Will.
Wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
Exactly.
You know, a recent moment like that happened a couple of days ago. You guys saw the Tom Hanks getting mad at like he was being escorted by security guard, him and his wife, and some kind of like I think one of the fans got too close and like almost made his wife trip, and then Tom Hanks turns around and yells at that guy.
Oh,
right.
Shit.
And everyone was on Tom's side in this situation, right?
Yeah. I mean, he just tripped my wife.
Also, I think
Buddy.
I just got that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't know if quoting Sam Hyde on your podcast is chill or not.
What's wrong, big man? You just tripped my wife.
Come on, that skit's so good though.
That skit is good. I tried to show that skit to my partner, and they were really super confused.
It's a confusing skit. It's like absurd.
It is very absurd.
Speaking of
I
like,
made a
celebrities
vow
being
to my
crazy, have you been like seeing any of the Ezra Miller stuff going on?
Oh God, that guy's a menace.
I know. He was
Like,
terrorizing
he should be
Hawaii,
playing-
like kidnapping teenagers.
He kidnapped like it's not just any.
It's they.
Yeah,
Cheesy.
they. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. They've been kidnapping teenagers.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah, I love it. I
like
love when
it-
people are really annoying about that too.
Yeah, what's funny is with Ezra Miller, the one like teen they have is like a climate activist. They're like they're part of that same group of like climate activist teenagers that like Greta Thunberg is in, right?
Well,
Is
Yeah,
that
and
like
I just
Greenpeace
keep-
or something?
Maybe.
I keep hearing
Extinction
that
Rebellion? I don't
he
know.
had been, or
Yeah.
they had been grooming the teenager for like a long time.
Yeah, because I think after the whole like climate, like when they were doing that big push a couple years ago, that's when Ezra got in contact with her, and it's like, wow, I'm a celebrity. I'm very interested in your cause. Code word for I want to groom you.
When did the
Right.
Flash become the villain?
They
if
became
you,
the Reverse Flash.
well, if you watch the show, it happens in season 3.
Oh wow!
oh
There you go.
shit!
When he becomes Savitar, and he's the future Flash who wants to destroy younger Flash because he couldn't save his wife / girlfriend at the time. So he blames himself by going back in time and killing his younger self.
That's not the same actor though, right? For the TV show.
Nah, it's a different. It's a different.
No,
guy.
it's a different. It's a Grant Gustin. I actually do like him on the show. I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day. That was me and my brother's like bonding time was watching the Flash show. We were really big fans of it at the time.
I was really confused when I found out that the Flash from the CW shows isn't the Flash that's gonna be in like the Zack Snyder movies, because I figured that was like the whole point of like
it would have
the
been
DCU.
easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's not like a big name. Well, was Ezra Miller a big name actor back then?
I think the one movie that was kind of big, I think was it Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Oh,
Like, they were in that-
are they in that?
Yeah, they were in that movie. I never seen that movie. That one came out when I was like, I think in my last year of high school, and I never.
You know what?
saw
Fair
it.
enough, because that's
Yeah.
a pretty big movie, or at least it was in like that sort
It was.
of.
Was that? Is that
time.
was that one based on? Is that a Tom Green book?
No, you're thinking of
The Fault in Our Stars.
Fault in Our Stars.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Nice.
I forget who it's by, but it's not Tom Green.
What
It's
are
kinda
the
like
perks of being a wallflower?
I never read it. It seemed
Nobody knows.
Even in high school, it seemed like one of those books where it's like I'm too good for this.
you know what book? You know what book I read in high school? Ready Player One.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I loved it. I ate it up when I was
Fuck
in high
yeah.
school. Because
You know who else
It-
loves Ready Player One, Cheesy?
who-
Ted Cruz.
that makes sense.
He was on a podcast recently, and he was talking. He's like, "Yeah, I just watched Ready Player One recently. I mean, it wasn't the first time I
Oh, he
watched
likes
it.
the
I've watched
movie.
it 5 times."
Boo. if you liked the book, I would have respected him more. But it was the
I can't
movie
read.
lame because it cuts out a lot of great content. Like the main character doesn't use like the Iron Giant like in the movie. Instead, he uses the Spider-Man mech from the Japanese Spider-Man show.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
I guess
That's a deeper cut. I can kind of respect that.
yeah, there's like way more deeper cuts in the movie. Although in retrospect, it is very like I am so validated because I know all this nerdy shit.
Yes, yeah.
That's true.
Speaking of feeling so validated, I actually don't know if this is real or not. It could have very easily been faked, like that Master Chief getting jerked off by the suit thing, because no one read the books. But like they Ernest Clive, right? That's the name of the guy.
Yeah.
Klein.
the
Whatever.
author, yeah,
Yeah. He made Ready Player 2, right?
yeah.
Well, I saw this online. I can't confirm if this is real or not, but he apparently name checks Bailey J in that book, and I'm like, all right, hang on, wait a minute, maybe we spoke too soon about this guy. Maybe he's actually pretty cool.
I think I wouldn't be surprised. Like he would mention like I do think there was a couple of names of like specific like 80 like actresses that in universe the creator of the Oasis was like attracted to.
That's fucking crazy.
Because a lot of the book is pretty much like, we got to learn every nerdy shit this guy is into, and
this is the same guy who bought like an actual DeLorean in real life. By the way.
Oh God.
I know this one I actually know for sure because he's in that like Atari documentary about like the Atari landfill because of course he is.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. No. That's really all I had to say. That's all I really know about Ready Player One.
Did you guys know about that one like poem that he wrote about like jerking off to nerdy girls?
No.
I was gonna ask if that was in the book.
That's not in the book. That's like a separate thing. Like, yeah, my high school teacher recommended me the book. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't like it.
The novella add-on. It's like the Whalestow letters for House of Leaves.
Yeah. I just remember the part of the book. There was one page dedicated to a specific like masturbating machine that you could order in the future. And the thing is, like, I was so upset. Like, I remember back in the day when the first, like, little inklings of a Ready Player One movie were being announced. And people were like, oh, man, the book sucks, which was a big surprise for me at the time.
Your world was shattered. I was like, what?
Well, people don't like Ready Player One? I mean, because in my head, it's like, this just feels like it's almost like some angry video game nerd level shit, to be honest.
It's like something that my parents would watch.
Yeah, I could totally. Speaking of like core movies that like your parents would just like put on in the background. I visited my parents last weekend. They just had Bumblebee on the TV. I mean, honestly, that movie is like very, very obviously like this is the '80s pastiche, but it wasn't bad from what I saw. I saw like most.
I heard it was good.
That's what I heard too. I heard it was pretty good, and you know what? It wasn't bad.
It
wasn't enough fighting though.
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I'll watch it eventually. I saw the one intro where they're on like Cybertron for the first 10 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." I like that they look more like their blocky selves than the like overcluttered Bayformer look. You know?
Yeah, I thought the CG actually looked pretty well done.
Yeah, they're a lot more easier to read. I was gonna mention what else about Ready Player One. Yeah, people were like talking about the masturbation like machine scene, but it's like it's literally just one page, and the next page he's all like, the next page he gets rid of it because he feels disgusted with himself.
It's like, well, that was dumb.
Yeah,
I hope no one takes that page out of context. Anyway, back to flying around with Aladdin.
Oh boy, if I was like when I was younger, I fucking fantasized about being the Ready Player One director. Because when I was like in high school, I was really focused on becoming a filmmaker.
That's what Ryan Reynolds did.
Kind of am. Wait, what?
Ryan Reynolds became the Ready Player One guy.
The free guy, you could say.
Yeah, the free guy.
Oh, my bad. I was like, wait, was Ryan Reynolds in Ready Player One the movie?
No.
You could have told me he was. I would have believed you.
Yeah, had, like, a cameo
that guy's
or
fucking
something.
everywhere.
Yeah.
True. You remember when he had a like plantation styled wedding?
No, that's crazy.
I remember this coming up a couple of years ago.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think it's like Ryan Reynolds like apologizes for plantation styled wedding.
Maybe he just liked Old Mills.
Maybe just from the South, you know.
He really likes Quaker Oats.
That's just our culture. We can't help where we were born.
It was a northern plantation.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. They had white slaves on there.
We had kids working there, not...
They're not, you know. You guys ever see that one tweet where it's like someone's making the argument that it was a mistake to like get rid of child labor laws because their proof being Minecraft, clearly the children yearn to be in the mines.
You know,
that's one of the most compelling arguments I've ever heard for child labor in my entire life.
Yeah.
If we ever get to a point where we can like give the children like little like drones that they can drive around and like the drones mine, but the children control them, that might be like okay, right? That's like Minecraft.
They make like the buttons like tiny enough for children, and it's like, oh well, we save money that way by making tinier buttons.
As long as the children are sitting in like an air conditioned room, I think they can control the mining robots. That's fine.
They can all sit together in the same room with one air conditioner. We're gonna save way more money that way. Oh God. I think I had another point about child labor, but I tend to forget.
I have so many points to make about child labor. I mean, there's so much to say.
You guys ever I don't know if you guys do this, but as a grown adult, I love walking through the toy section of Walmart or Target, and seeing what the fuck they're pushing onto younger kids. Sometimes they have a really good looking Transformer toy there. Sometimes. Sometimes.
Have you noticed that there's just a lot more like blister pack random loot box toys?
Yeah. There's like this series of like monster toys. I've been tempted to like, because they seem cool, but I'm like, oof, what do they look ugly when I open them? That's like my worst fear.
I picked up this blind box or blind bag, I guess rather, like little keychain charm of like Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. I got Blue Eyes White Dragon. I was pretty stoked about it. Yeah,
that's lit.
My roommate got Blue Eyes Ultimate though, which was kind of like, oh well.
Speaking of like little like packs like that, I went to a recent vendors event like this past Saturday, and there was like 3 different like booths there selling like Pokemon cards, which I mean I guess that makes sense. Like people still eat that shit up, but they were also selling like MetaZoo cards. Have you guys heard of MetaZoo?
I have heard of this. I don't really.
Have to do with the metaverse?
I'm pretty sure I've seen the MetaZoo cards before the metaverse was like a thing.
Okay,
but
is it kind of like Webkins?
It's like a TCG, and they kind of do this thing where they're trying to like they're aiming for like Generation 1 Pokemon nostalgia, because the way they color in the characters is kind of like that early
like the watercolor
1
style.
Yeah, exactly. And like I've always seen ads of it mostly on Instagram. I've never seen anyone mention it on Twitter, only Instagram, right? So I bought like a $5 pack just to see what it looks like. I mean the art's cool, and like the monsters are based on like cryptids.
Oh yeah, this is so aping Gen 1 Pokemon art. Right. I kind of like it though.
I like the art, but I don't like the way the card looks. I think it's too cluttered and the little image is too small.
It does.
That's true.
Yeah. I like this. It looks like it's really trying to be like this card game came out in the 90s.
Yeah, it's funny because the back of the card looks like a Magic card, kind of like with the text and the pentagram.
I don't know much about like the MetaZoo game, and I'm not really planning on learning how to play. I don't care. I just want to see what the art looks like. But that being said, something that the guy who I bought the card from told me, which I thought was very weird, and I'm like, how does this game actually work in real life? They told me that apparently there is like some weird thing that if while you're playing the game in real life, wherever you're playing the game, if you're next to like some sort of river, like an actual river in fucking real life, not in the game, it affects the game some way.
Yo, you cut out there just in time for you to not explain it. You cut out there just in time for you to us to miss what you were explaining.
Okay. What I was saying was that and if you're playing the game near a river, that like changes the game in some way. Like it has an effect on the gameplay.
Oh, what? Really?
Like a river in real life, and I did not know what he meant. I didn't even, I could have asked him like further to explain, but I kept nodding, saying like, "Oh yeah, really? Yeah, cool."
Well, it looks like there's like a QR code on the card.
Is it like tied to? Do you download like an app or something, and then like it takes your location, and it's like, oh, you're near the pavilion. That means you get the city arena.
That makes like the World Trade Center.
I could see that working. Otherwise, it just has to be like the honor. It would have to be like the honor system or something, where it's like, no, we're actually too far for the river set. Sorry,
that's not a river. That's a pond. You get different effects.
Yeah, right. Just be like an asshole about it. Yeah. Also, like, who's playing at the fucking river?
No, you can't use the saltwater lake effects. That water is fresh water, you asshole. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this sounds like annoying to play, and I don't like how cluttered the card looks.
Yeah, it does look like a little. It's something I noticed when so like some Pokemon cards have like the Poke Power things where it's like, damn, there's a lot of text on this card, or like even like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I guess is a better comparison. Like those things.
Yeah,
are
I
fucking
got you.
ridiculous
You know
these
what?
days.
Like always kind of bothered me about like
Oh, yeah,
I guess
Wait.
you know what always kind of bothered me about like I guess card games specifically like Yu-Gi-Oh, because like I was a much bigger fan of the anime growing up than the card game, because I had a lot of trouble like learning how to read because I came from a Spanish speaking household and I was trying to go to English speaking school, right?
Sure.
That being said, what always kind of bothered me was that in the anime you would have characters who are just kind of like a specific theme, you know, like a guy who just likes shark based monsters, so everything.
Yeah, the
Make
freaky fish guy, the bug guy, the dinosaur guy.
right. But realistically speaking, like the actual meta of the game, those cards aren't viable. You know, like
Yeah,
you
you can't
really win just by being the shark guy, right?
You can kind of do that nowadays. Of course, you're still a slave to like whatever decks are like in the meta. But even like if you're doing like a sort of casual thing, you could definitely build like especially for like legacy characters like Mako Tsunami and like Weevil Underwood. Like Konami panders so much to original Duel Monsters fans that you can basically make like a deck of any of those old guys. Because they've literally made cards that are just like wholesale references to the anime. Like there's one that's literally a reference to that one attack Yugi's Giant Soldier of Stone does against the moon. Like they just turned that into a card.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even though
the
in
legendary
the anime it was
fisherman
just like,
is just Mako Tsunami.
Yeah, it's just Mako's dad, and he's like actually kind of good. It's like not a bad card at all.
Ooh, I wasn't aware of this. But anyway,
Yeah.
to keep on my uninformed rant.
No, of course, go on.
I wanted to make a
he's
card game
badass.
that was just basically like there's a variety of aesthetics, and just whatever aesthetic you choose, it's all viable ultimately, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's always the always the dream. It just I don't know too much about card games or like how to make like a healthy metagame develop. I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh's is necessarily healthy in the sense that like, you know, it costs so much fucking money.
I think I've probably mentioned this to one of you guys before, but there was one point like maybe last year me and my partner were developing a card game that would be basically the thing I described.
I remember this, I think.
Yeah, we're still. I mean, I still want to do this because we have the little like makeshift cards we made for it, and what was so funny was that I was playing against my partner, and they were like kicking my ass in it, but I was not upset at all because I thought it was so crazy that like they were coming up with strategies I couldn't even think of, even though I'm like basically the creator of the game, right?
Yeah. That's I like.
It's fun. It's like creating tools and then seeing what people make out of them, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's always fun. It's the same thing with like playing like any sort of competitive video game or just anything competitive where it's like you just find a way to make something work, which is interesting.
Yeah, something that a lot of people don't like realize about like card games and board games is that like the tenets of like designing one are just like it's literally the same as like designing a video game. Like the making of a game is a skill in of itself, and a lot of people who were like early video game like designers started off in the board game industry.
That makes sense. That's like I can really see the easy like kind of transition from one to the other, you know. But yeah, check out the Cheesymanfredo card game coming out 2028. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna
Kind
set
of
a
more
reminder.
You guys have not fucking faced my Bongo and Luna deck is unbeatable because I splashed a Dirty Bomb engine inside of it. It's basically perfect. There's no way you can beat it.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear those words uttered by someone in real life unironically. But yeah, you can't handle my alien girlfriend deck. Oh my god. But anyway, I think we're all oof. we're kind of a little bit over the midway point. I got a series of like topics I'm going to ask you guys about. But tell me this. You guys watch movies, right? You guys seen a movie before, right?
I dabble.
Yeah, I just watched Drive recently.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Awesome. Do you relate?
Oh. Yeah, no, he's so me.
Yeah. Oh, can I ask you guys? Can I ask you two a question about Drive? I assume you've seen Drive.
Yeah, I've seen Drive. I mean,
yes. Okay,
is it that obvious?
I don't know. Spoilers for Drive. Anyone who hasn't seen Drive, but so the ending to Drive when the guy stabs him, right?
Yeah.
And, he stabs him back and he kills him, and he's like sitting in the car and he's like, it looks like he's dead.
Yeah.
And then he like starts moving again. He drives away. Oh my god, such a fucking awesome ending. But what I want to ask is, do you think he ends up dying?
Probably.
Well, I like to think he could be dead. I need to rewatch the movie to kind of see like, what would have been the better? Because I saw Drive at a more at an age where I could have absorbed the character a lot more. But now that I'm my own person, I can probably just focus on what the movie's trying to do. You know.
Funny thing about that scene. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say like the other half of me wants him not to be dead, so we could get Drive 2, Drive Harder,
Driven,
Driven,
Driver.
You should show up in Fast and the Furious series.
Oh my god!
He just
don't
shows
even.
up. Vin Diesel is like, "You want to race?
What do you do?"
But funny, really interesting thing about that scene is it's kind of a callback to like earlier in the movie where he's doing like an impromptu staring contest with the little kid, and he's like, "You blinked first," and that just like it's like this thing is like, "Oh yeah." Drive guy just doesn't blink very often.
He's like,
oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Isn't he like canonically like autistic? I thought, or is that a meme?
I think the writer of the book or novella or whatever, because it's based off a book.
Yeah.
I think he has said that he considers the driver to be like high functioning or something. I could be talking out of my ass, but
I don't think the movie ever explicitly states it, but I definitely can see it being a thing.
It really doesn't.
It's unsaid. It's unsaid. I feel like it'd be way more obvious instead of he was like a car driver, he was like a train conductor, but he just had the same attitude. What do you do? I conduct trains.
I just wanted to ask that question because when I saw the movie and because the way I interpreted the ending is that like he totally lived and got away, but my roommate who obviously has also seen the movie, he just assumed that he eventually like bled out, and I was like
a man who planned on living from that would not have left the money, right?
Yeah.
I just more think it wasn't really ever about the money.
It's about driving.
Because he can find his own place, and that is a good point. But I just thought it was interesting that other people could see the scene.
You guys
in a different way.
You guys looking?
Because I just assumed.
Yeah, go on.
I just assumed that it was pretty clear cut that if they're gonna show him dead, they would just ended the movie 5 seconds earlier.
I seriously need to rewatch that movie.
Yeah.
Movie.
It's a pretty quick watch. It's a good movie.
Oh, definitely. What was I gonna say? Oh, how do you guys feel about? Have you guys seen the picture of Ryan Gosling as Ken?
Yeah.
For the Barbie movie. You guys
looks good.
Have you guys done any I've done a little cursory research on the Barbie movie, and I feel like this movie's gonna be super weird. This isn't gonna be it isn't gonna be like a straight I don't even know how you could adapt the Barbie doll into a movie. But
it's weird.
Yeah, but something very interesting. I'll tell you this much: there's actually 3 different actors playing Ken and 3 different actresses playing Barbie in this movie.
Oh, who else is playing Ken and Barbie? I know isn't Margot Robbie's playing her.
So there's gonna be I forget their names, but there's gonna be a black guy playing Ken. There's gonna be an Asian guy playing Ken, and Ryan Gosling's like the white guy who's gonna play Ken. And Margot Robbie's going to play the white Barbie, but there is going to be an actress for a black Barbie and an actress for an Asian Barbie.
So it's just like the toys.
Yeah, it is just like the toys, but I think it's going to be like pseudo meta then.
Yeah.
Who's directing it?
It's the person who directed Lady Bird.
Oh, this is going to be weird.
This is going to be a very interesting movie. I'll tell you that much. I think it's gonna. I think I could forgive it not including the Aqua song in it.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
But anyway, going back to before we got sidetracked by Ryan Gosling, I have a question for you guys. Is there is there a movie out there that you do not like, that you don't like so much that if someone told you they liked this movie, you would never trust them again?
I mean,
it doesn't have to be a movie. It could be like any piece of media, I guess.
Let's do like cop-out answers, right? So like Birth of a Nation.
I mean, that's
Triumph of the Will. Just stuff like
if a 13-year-old came to me and said like, "Oh, I love Birth of a Nation," I'd be like, "All right, yeah, whatever, edgelord, whatever you."
Talk to me again in like 6 years.
Now, if like a 50-year-old told me his favorite movie is Birth of a Nation, ruh-roh.
I don't know about like something I would never trust them again, but it definitely colored my perception of someone when they tell me that they really like Fight Club.
It depends
it's good.
I think it depends what they say after, in my opinion.
Don't get me wrong, I love Fight Club. But like it's very easy to like see Fight Club and be like, wow, this is badass.
It's better if they watch Fight Club and say like, wow, Edward Norton was totally gay. That's a superior response. There's a video.
His name was Robert Paulson.
There's a video by a group called Film Critters who have a video called the homoeroticism of Fight Club. It's a very good video. Everyone should watch it.
I've seen this video.
Now that we're on another literally me movie, I'm gonna spoil this one as well. Spoilers for Fight Club. When I the first time I ever saw Fight Club, I was like thumbing through channels and it was playing on G4, right? Because of course it was.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. But the thing is that when I tuned in, it was near the end. So I literally tuned into the scene where he's where the narrator, he doesn't have a name, is fighting Tyler Durden, right? And if you've seen that movie, you understand why watching that scene and not knowing anything about Fight Club is very confusing.
I can picture it already.
You're immediately like, okay, I guess I see what's happening here.
Well, what Marvel movie is this?
Right?
At least you got to hear the Pixies, though.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up watching the movie years later, and just knowing the twist didn't really ruin it for me.
The movie,
honestly.
I mean, that's how you know it's a good movie. If you go in and like if it's more than just the twist, it's a really good movie, right?
Yeah. They make it pretty apparent throughout the movie that that's what's happening and what's going to happen.
You guys ever seen the movie The Art of Self-Defense, starring Jesse Eisenberg? So. That's a lot like Fight Club, but it's way funnier. And
really,
I don't think it's a spoiler to call it a fight. It's like the same thing that Fight Club was trying to say about masculinity. This movie's saying the same thing too, but it's a different type of story. It's a different type of approach, and it's really funny. It's got Jesse Eisenberg. It's got that kind of like what is it called? That like kind of awkward sense of humor, like a Tim and Eric-y kind of.
The early 2010s core.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, and that movie was kind of like a sleeper. Like there was no trailers for it really, and it went under the radar. But every time someone saw it, they would always say like, "Yo, this movie's really good," and no one's fucking talking about it. And I think it's still on HBO Max. I can't remember, but I did have an example of like a scenario where someone said they liked a certain movie, and I just never trusted them. And that person was the infamous Jew Wario.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides his typical crimes, to me, his even bigger crime was that there's a movie called Kamen Rider the First, and he gave it a good review, and I hated him for that because I saw that movie and it's straight garbage.
I need to ask my brother his take on that. He's a huge Kamen Rider head.
Oh, damn it. He would... If your brother said he liked Kamen Rider the movie, I'm going to be upset.
He's on pack watch.
Yeah, he's I'm going to watch out for that guy. I wouldn't trust him.
It's on site. I see.
That movie is very, like it's got, like, the worst editing I've ever seen in a movie. You never know what any character is at. And there's this B plot that literally has nothing to do with the movie until the last second. And after they reveal how the B plot is connected to the main plot, you realize, wow, I wish they cut that whole thing out of the movie. It's a fucking waste of my fucking time. But that's an example of, like, after that I could never trust Drew Wario. And then a couple years later he dies. So it all works out
crazy.
Really.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Who can say?
What didn't happen to that guy?
Yeah.
Is there Tech? Did you say a movie you couldn't trust anybody?
You know, I've heard this question a lot, and I always want to answer it, but I can never really think of like a clear cut example where I'm just like, yeah, that movie is a groaner, or just like anything really, even broadening it out. I saw Mother in theaters and I really didn't like that movie. Or the more I think, like, and I came out of it and I was like, yeah, that was okay, I guess. But the more I think about it, the more I don't like it. But I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you like that movie.
Mother fan, huh?
Yeah, Mother fan.
Mother fan. Oh.
Bet you haven't even played the game, bro.
Yeah.
That's literally me. I'm like that. I'm like a Yick fan. Like, I'm never gonna play the game, but I'm a big fan of it.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, you're in good company, my friend.
That's going on.
Yeah.
I've seen every video essay on Yick.
I love Yick video essays. they're amazing.
One of the guys who made Yick, like, went on an interview recently, like, basically, like, talking about how, like, the Yick interview on the Dick Show was like, he was like trolling, and like he hasn't watched any content about his game, and he's like, no, I came to these conclusions on my own, and like I feel like it's like the ultimate backpedal, and I don't know.
That is the one thing we didn't want to happen.
Yeah.
I would have. I think most people, myself included, would have way more respect for, I think it was Andrew Allenson, who, if he just said that, like, yeah, we worked like 5 years on that game, and everyone immediately started tearing it to shreds, and I associate a lot of it with my like mom dying, so I kind of went off the rails a bit, and I'm really sorry. I think if he just did that or said that instead, people would have a lot more.
But instead, he goes on like a show and is like, "Oh no, it was all a prank, bro, dude. I knew my game was bad. It was on purpose."
I think that makes me more happier that his reaction, because I'll tell you this about Yick. It's all about a character. It's like the way Yick presents itself. It's like, oh, this is about a character learning something and growing as a person. But that doesn't really happen in the game.
No,
I didn't learn anything.
Yeah, it's not that he doesn't. It's not like the story's trying to tell you that it's about like, oh, you're not the most important universe. You're not the most important person in the universe, Alex. But then it turns out you are actually.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact that A, that these guys are like Dick Show fans, and B, that they're acting like they're not taking any input. They're like continuing being like jerks. It makes me very happy for like the DLC, because I feel like they're gonna learn nothing. And it's going to be even more funnier when this next part comes out, you know?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm always rooting for people to, turn stuff around. I would have preferred that ACK Studios just move on.
Yeah.
But alas.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, I like good art, and I like to see good art being made, and like the way they're acting, I just don't think they will.
I keep telling this to other like groups of my friends, but I say that one of these days I'm gonna like I bought like RPG Maker like a year ago, and I've been fiddling with it. And I'm so tempted to just make like something called Alex Yikes, a postmodern parody.
Just
That's good.
And it would just be like a
it
would just be kind of like a parody of the Yick story, but like I guess ultimately he will learn something, and that's the parody part. Like I do include that this guy grows as a character.
You need like a part in the game where Alex Yikes he like narrates in his head like the entire like second half of Ulysses, and you can't skip audio, so you just have to keep mashing A.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm so tempted. Oh my god, it's just I'm just a big sucker for like kind of like white boys being the worst genre, you know.
I will say in the meantime I was looking around my room to come up with like a thing, a piece of media that makes me immediately sus if you say that you like it, and it was actually pretty obvious. I just didn't think of it. It's Metroid Other M. If you say that you liked Metroid Other M, then I'm gonna raise an eyebrow and ask you why, and if your answer doesn't satisfy me, and it probably won't, I will think less of you.
What kind of person would be someone who likes Metroid Other M? Besides someone with shit taste, I assume.
I would assume someone who likes Other M, like ignoring the cop-out answer that a lot of people will give, where it's like, well, at least the gameplay was good. It's not good, but people do say that. I assume like if you like it, then you're probably just like a fan of it's a pretty game. It looks good. It has good graphics. So you like games with good graphics, stylish animations, bad voice direction, or like a lot of Japanese melodrama shit, like housewife women, and like Schadenfreude, because there's no way that like people who like Other M probably get this like sick desire that most people fucking hate it.
Yeah,
so
other M fans
that's how I would peg that.
Other M fans are Pisces, basically.
Thankfully they're very few.
Yeah, it's. I think the rare take is to like Other M. I think
it is a rare take.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So there's that at least. You know, if they were Geminis, things would be different. Right?
100%.
But nah, they're Pisces. Can't be allowed. Oh man, I'm looking for like my letterbox for like movies that would be like, oh yeah, oh well, yeah, I'm looking for my letterbox for like other movies that could be like that could be the kind of sus movies that people could be into, but have you guys ever saw like this came out a couple years ago and it kind of made a little bit of buzz, but not too many people talked about it after it came out, was the Dragon Quest animated movie. The CGI one.
Yes. The
Your Story.
I almost said the Rise of Dai.
Yeah.
But I was getting that mixed up with the manga, which I think is like the story of Dai or something, and Van Wilder's The Rise of Taj.
Oh my god. Jeez. Yeah, that movie is very.
If you like Rise of Taj, that's also a red flag.
Have you guys seen that movie? Dragon Quest: Your Story.
I've seen your review.
Oh,
so I know the big
twist.
The big twisty.
Yeah, that movie is very like. I don't think you're sus if you like that movie. I feel like the only kind of person who would like that movie are people who want kind of like, well, at least it's kind of a straightforward adaptation, and they appreciate that, you know. Because I feel like a lot of people don't see the kind of more sinister thing that movie was trying to say. Like it was trying to justify like being a Dragon Quest fan, which is always like so like kind of gross to me, you know.
Oh, because it's like it's like oh, I'm a nerd and I get bullied for liking Dragon Quest.
You know, it's so funny. It's not like, I mean, it is kind of like that at the end. But it's kind of like this guy is just a big fan of this one specific Dragon Quest game. And he's been playing every re-release ever since he was a kid. And the other thing is it never shows him like age, even though there'd be a huge time difference between the re-releases. So it's so like what is this movie trying to say? Like, about these kinds of people, that you're a total Chad. You're young forever if you like our fucking games. Right?
Buy our Dragon Quest games. Buy our shitty re-releases. Buy.
They need to do that with, like, if this was like a Pokemon game with the same message, there would probably be way more people calling it out. But since it was like, people were way more disappointed that it wasn't a straightforward adaptation, then
bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
The lead got buried, basically.
Right. Exactly. But I already talked a lot about this whole fucking trash movie. I'm the only person who still talks about that movie.
It's true.
Right.
That movie came and went, dude.
Right. Came and left, but I'm still upset.
It came and left. It left a hole in your heart.
True. Left a dragon-sized hole in my heart.
Yeah, I guess I should assume this since you cared enough to watch the movie, but I never really asked this. Like, are you a big Dragon Quest fan?
I actually, the one Dragon Quest game I beat all the way through was the one the movie was based on.
That's 3, right?
I think it was 5 or 6.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Yeah,
I just assumed it was 3 because it's always 3.
What's so funny is that at the same time that I started playing it, because I just felt like in a Dragon Quest mood, and I borrowed a copy from a buddy of mine. Then they announced that movie, and that made me really want to like push to finish the game. So it's almost a weird kind of like spiritual coincidence connection that I got with that. I mean, I'm a big fan of like Akira Toriyama and like all the little monster designs. Yeah, and that's been a pretty big influence on the other like project I've been working on with my buddy Kazoo. We're doing I think I told you guys, we're doing a monster manual for like creatures that we made up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's like a monster manual for an RPG that doesn't exist, right? And we've been like slowly chiseling
a cool
away.
idea.
What was that?
That's a cool idea.
Thanks. Yeah, and we're gonna try to like get that rolling, like maybe in September, have something for people, maybe do a Kickstarter or something. But from the looks of it, I might be doing like 3 separate Kickstarters for 3 different things in the next following months. Yeah. I got a lot of fucking projects under the belt right now. A lot of collabs that I'm working with other people. But yeah, that being said, let's get to we're like an hour in, which means we're gonna wrap it up soon. But let's ask the ending podcast question. And oh wait, fuck! Before we do that, we gotta say the catchphrase of the podcast. You guys remember the catchphrase?
No,
I'm sorry.
the catchphrase is "We love women."
We love women.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I love women.
Yeah, you love women, right, Michael?
WLWFL MF.
Yeah, we love women. That's gonna be the sticker. It's gonna be on the Redbubble.
No, yeah, I'm gonna get that right.
Throw that on my bumper.
I'm gonna get that right beside my much motherfucking clown love sticker.
Yes, exactly. All right, enough about it. I'm probably gonna stop saying this catchphrase because I've done this bit like 5 times in a row. It's been stale. But
so you hate women? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
I don't hate women. I just hate
stale?
Look, I don't hate women. I just hate the phrase "I love women" now. Now I'll find a different way to express my love towards women.
I enjoy women.
That's worse.
I gain a lot of pleasure that's sexual and non-sexual from women existing.
I respect women. Did you guys see that post recently about the person on Tinder who has gone over to this woman's house like 3 days in a row and like
to
ate her out and then she like told him to leave.
And I love the top comment. It's like you fall for this for like 3 times. Yeah. It sounds like a Looney Tunes bit.
It's like oh my god, it's so funny.
Like I can see myself falling for it like maybe twice, but not a third time. A third time, I'm like, wait, slow down there, Buckaroo. How about giving me some top first?
I think by the third time, she just has to assume that he just really enjoys doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, she let him do it?
What was that?
She let him do it?
Yeah, he eats out and then she leaves.
She
oh my god!
Like she would ask them, to start, and he'll do it, and then she'll climax, and she'll be like, and she'll just like turn on her PS2 and just play Kingdom Hearts while he's just in the room, doesn't know what to do afterwards. And he's like, "Well, I guess I'll leave."
Come on.
I guess I'll jerk off in the bathroom again.
It's true.
But anyway,
yeah, funny.
To our
But yeah, I love women.
To our ending, yeah, we love women. To our ending question, who deserves to get canceled this week?
Oh yes, I do remember this.
Yeah. We just gotta pick a person or a type of person that deserves to get canceled. And I had one on the tip of my tongue, but I just forgot it.
Well, I feel like the
I know it's
topic
a
of the
type of person I
episode
saw
just
on
kind of
Twitter.
led its way.
Yeah.
I feel like the topic of this episode sort of kind of naturally leads its way to Ernest Cline, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I was skimming that nerdy girl porn poem, and that is rancid.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking
and maybe
gross.
it's enough. Maybe it's enough. I don't know. But I'll tentatively make that my answer.
To cancel Ernest Cline.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could cancel him. Just I don't know. Will I be a fake fan of Ready Player One? Can I betray him like that?
Oh, you certainly can, my little Judas.
I haven't even read the second Ready Player One book yet. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Canceling Ernest Cline. That makes sense.
Just make sure it's Klein, not Clive. I don't want to accidentally write in the canceling death note.
Yeah.
The cancel note.
Yeah, if you
some poor innocent man.
If you spell it wrong, cancel someone else. Fuck, I remember seeing like a type. Oh fuck, now I remember. Let me tell you, I'm gonna cancel this person. They're gonna say anonymous, but I'm gonna be very vague about it because they've been on my mind lately, and it's kind of been freaking me out.
Tell us how.
But I don't like. I have like. I don't know. Do you guys have like followers who just follow you because they love to be annoyed by what you do?
Yeah.
Thankfully, no.
Yeah.
As far as I know, at least.
I got like a couple of those, which wouldn't be too bad if they just existed on Twitter. But I've been in a pretty terrible situation where I've accidentally met one of them in person. And it was like at a convention. It turns out they also like do boofing too. Right? And it was like, oh no. Because this person is like, I have them like on mute on Twitter. And every time like, because what they would do is that I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very progressive kind of guy. I retweet like leftist shit all the time on Twitter. Right?
You love women.
Yeah, and it's kind of like serves as a pretty good deterrent to like if people don't fuck with me and they see that, like they know to like step away or like, I'm not gonna follow no lefty, blah blah, which is like good for me and them, right? That being said, this one guy seems to be annoyed by every single progressive tweet I make or like retweet, but he stays following me, and it's really annoying.
Does he like say shit?
Yes, he does. I have him muted, but sometimes like I see someone replying to what he said, and like it's always like the dumbest shit.
It's like
every time he has to pick a fucking
get
fight.
A hobby.
Yes, yeah. I wish they would get a fucking. It seems like they do have a hobby, but like it probably doesn't.
Ask him for his PO box and send him a fucking coloring book or something. He needs
like
a hobby.
Pipe bomb.
Well, allegedly. Whoever this may be.
Yeah, whoever this may be. I don't know who this person is, but yeah, I want to cancel them.
They're probably watching this.
I think what's worse is that like I know them in person, and it's like, oh my god, how do I get like rid of this guy without this guy like bringing it up to me? Because I don't know when I'm gonna see him again, and it's not the worst thing ever, because like I do the default act friendly until like they leave thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't want to rock the boat.
Yeah, if this guy was like in my life every day, it would be a problem. But like what, like once every like 5 or 2 months, I might see him. Who knows? But yeah. I think he deserves to get canceled just for like sticking around, following someone who annoys him. Why would you follow someone who annoys you? I would get it if you're like some sort of like ratio lover, debunker, dunker kind of motherfucker with their like debate stream or whatnot. At least that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Like
I love ratio lovers.
Yeah, your typical ratio lovers. right? But like this guy isn't trying to ratio me. He's just trying to like fight every single like lefty post. Does he not realize that? Does he like sit there at home looking at Twitter thinking like, why do these like progressive posts keep popping up in my timeline? And does he not notice that I'm the one retweeting them?
Sometimes you just want to see something that makes you mad.
That's true.
Like, it's not healthy. But...
Like I get that, but I don't follow people who annoy me. I have so many like people muted because I don't want to see their annoying ass takes, right?
Yeah.
But with this guy, like I don't know what the fuck this guy's deal is. Too online, in my opinion.
Yeah, terminally online, needs a crossword puzzle, plus bald, plus ratio.
True, plus bald, plus I'll bite you, plus I'll bite you.
Oh, I thought of another. All
right,
I thought
throw it in the cancel pit.
I thought of someone else to cancel.
All right, lay it on me.
The tyrant at the end of Resident Evil 1.
Yeah,
I do remember you complaining about that encounter.
Dude. So I was playing Resident Evil, the original one, not the remake, right?
Yes, of course.
And it good time, good game, mostly good game. The tyrant that you have to dodge at the end of the game before you get the rocket launcher, fucking bullshit. Absolutely fucking bullshit. There's no way I have no way to tell how you're supposed to fucking dodge a stupid like Akuma swing attack because like you know it's like tank controls, right? You can't really like you can't like dodge shit reliably. It works fine with like zombies or stuff because you know they're slow, but this guy he literally like flash steps his Akuma and then you're down like a quarter of your health. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? And if you die, you're like set back like 10 minutes. Oh my god, I was so pissed. I can't believe I beat that game.
I understand your frustration, but I also think it's skill issue.
Fuck you. Have you ever done it?
No, but I will do it.
That's right. Shut up.
I'll do it. I'll do it right now. Not right now. I'll do it tomorrow.
Do
it tomorrow.
The tyrant is this big guy with like a spiky arm thing.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, he looks cool.
Yeah,
can I get your save file?
Yeah,
I can actually give you my save file because I played it on the Saturn. I could just dump my saves.
Nice.
Ooh.
My cancel.
You just need a Saturn.
I'm going to cancel like an entire concept.
Nice.
And I'm gonna cancel Reddit. And also anybody who doesn't allow me to use their platform to shill my creations.
Oh my god. True.
If you do that, you're the worst person on earth, and you deserve to be canceled.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fucking annoying as hell. All three of us are like the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost of shilling.
True.
Yeah.
But like because like you can almost I can almost sort of understand it in like a vacuum because
like
you know
spamming
people.
it.
Yeah, it's like spam, but also like, bitch, my Reddit account is a decade old. I'm like,
it's true.
I deserve to post my shit on here. I don't care. I don't care about self promo rules. Like, am I supposed to like people just get their friends to post it anyway?
It's true.
It's not like it deters anything.
I've actually posted my friend's art to get around the self promo rules. Like I'll post people's art to and be like, yo, check out this art, it's pretty cool. Just so I can like get around their rules.
I actually like did I did some really finesse shit for my partner when it came to shilling on Reddit. Because my partner is in the business of making like plushies. They mostly make like horror movie plushies. They're really cute. They look.
I've seen them. They're cute.
Yeah. They unironically look better than what you get at the store, and that's not me. Just because I'm like dating them, I'm not saying that they are unironically better looking, right? That being said, like we woke up one morning to some news about like some debt that we owed and whatnot. I probably explained the whole debt thing in previous episodes, but and they had like kind of 2 leftover like plushies of these like Freddy Krueger plushes. And we really needed to move them. We really like needed to get some money out of them. And I realized like, wait a second, people shill stuff on Reddit. Oh, but like there's like a specific way to do it, right? So what I did was that I went to Reddit. I looked for like some Nightmare on Elm Street Wes Craven board, and I posted like, yo, check out how cute this plushie is, right?
Yeah.
And then I got replies.
Yeah.
People were saying like, "Oh, I want one." Like I got several, and I'm like, "Oh, this person on Etsy makes them." And boom, sold them under 10 minutes. Sold both of them.
Yeah,
like right
it's
away.
really.
It's like good job, guys. You did it. You avoided self promo. Oh wait a minute, no you didn't. People were just being sneaky. Fuck you.
Well, the thing is like when it's like a product like that, you can be a little bit sneaky about it. But when it's like a YouTube video, if you post a YouTube video, everyone assumes that you just made it. It doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
So it's rough.
So annoying. I think one time I did go into the Pan Pizza Reddit to like the Rebel Taxi one to post my podcast episode with him on it. I didn't get no one complaining to me about like self promo related stuff. I guess because everyone's been in like a pizza party podcast drought, so if any content where like Pan is on, they'll eat it up. You know,
the smaller communities seem to care less, which is good.
You know, because the smaller the community, the more like insular it is, and the more like people are just happy that you're
posting
talking
anything
about the thing they like at all.
I'll say this. Like I have tried to like kind of sneakily like kind of like rep to God Pilled Pan Pizza. Like
yes,
because like
he's a video game guy now, right?
Yeah, he's like video game guy now. And I told him like I think we were talking about some video game he brought up. Like, oh, have you heard of this video game that has a clown? And I'm like, no. But I try to like sneak in like reps to God, or like if he mentioned the game, I'm like, oh, they did an episode of reps to God on their game. Like, just sneak it in there. I'm pretty sure. I think I've done that. I mean, maybe I haven't, but like he seems to be not super interested.
Whatever. Fuck him. He'll come around.
He'll come around. We gotta get Scott the Woz in on it.
I feel like Scott the Woz would vibe.
He's not like online enough.
Yeah,
I feel
He's like a TV guy now, right?
Well, not even that. It's just more like he doesn't really.
His
internet presence begins and ends with the YouTube channel, essentially. Also, fuck Scott the Woz. I made a video for his big movie review thing that he did last year, and he didn't put me in it. Fuck him. That video still gets. What's weird about it is that I guess because I put Scott the Woz in the little video thing on like my second channel, it still gets views. I think it has 10K views now, which is more than a lot of my main channels.
That's like one of those like strategies where it's like post like a popular person's name, the title and the tags, and then you kind of like seep a little bit of what they got going for them.
Being a drama YouTuber,
it's got 21K views. Fuck me.
Yeah, this is this is that life of like being friends with content creators. You're just betting on one of them becoming super popular, and it's like, oh boy, I hope they talk about me when they're super popular.
That's true. I literally, if I had no morals, I would create a drama channel right now. I just feel like it's so easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will become the drama channel. This podcast will be the drama podcast. Oh boy.
In fact, I even messed around with the idea of doing it once, and I came up with like me and someone else came up with like a really raunchy name for it, and then it was just like, wait, I actually hate the idea of doing this, and I'm like morally opposed to it. I'm not gonna do it.
The thing is, it's such a good idea that like what you should do is you gotta copyright it and then sell the copyright or trademark to whoever actually has no moral fiber and will actually go through with the idea.
That's true. But yeah, no, it was basically like it was going to be a thing where it was like we talk about like streamer drama and like video game drama and stuff like that, and we call it the gamer word. And because it's like a newsletter, but also it's like you're being kind of racist. But then I'm like,
it's basically live stream fails the podcast.
But yeah, no, definitely, I definitely nixed that idea because I don't have the immoral fiber in me to do it, I guess.
I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. I think I was gonna say something drama related, but I forgot. I don't think this podcast is good for drama because I always make these episodes like a week in advance, and by the time any drama I mention is always kind of like old news, right?
You gotta be, unless you're trying to be like a drama recap guy, you gotta kind of be on the front lines.
Eventually, I want to hire an editor, and then I could probably make this a little bit tighter, like just record it on a Sunday and it drops that following Friday. You know, it's more timely that way, right? But I think with that, we are at the end of the podcast, guys. Thanks for choosing your random selection of people you canceled. Right? Really,
you're welcome.
Really,
Ernest lives another day. I can't.
He lives for now to make Ready Player 3. Hell yeah!
Be careful.
Ready Player 3 into the metaverse. Oh boy. But before we get to the end, what do you boys want to show? What do you guys want to promote here?
Well, last time I showed Reps to GOG, and I guess I could do that again, but Michael's here, so he can chill it.
Go ahead.
Although there is a new Reps to GOG that came out I think 2 weeks ago.
They went on the Shin Megami.
Shin Megumi, yeah.
Shin Megumi, yeah. I watched that.
Shin Megumi Tensei.
I actually do want. I think I have seen every Reps to GOG, maybe. I don't think I missed any of them. But I just play mostly in the background. So I just need someone talking.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's what they're good for.
True. I dropped like a whole background video recently. Oh man, I guess I could mention this now. I did a retrospective on the comic Kaiju Max with the creator, and the comic is published through like Oni Press. And on Twitter, they just like quote tweeted my like Twitter post about the retrospective. So that's been
let's go.
Yeah, that's kind of exciting.
That's good,
right? Yeah, boom.
Get your foot in the door.
What was that?
Get your foot in the door, maybe.
Did I what?
Your foot in the door, maybe. Foot in the door.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Foot in the, yeah, that's my connection. They're gonna be like, "Do you want to do Scott Pilgrim too?"
That's your not Greg Miller. That's your Kind of Funny Games shout out.
They're gonna be like, we want to make the Yick manga. We need you, Cheesymanfredo. You need to adapt Yick for comic, and I would do it. I fucking a heartbeat. I'll do it. If it was like a steady income monthly, the Yick comic, yeah, I'll fucking do it. I don't care. I can
have more words than Control Delete.
Funny enough, I have less words. If you read any of my motto when it comes to writing is like write as minimum as possible. Keep it to the bare minimum when it comes to writing is my strategy. Oh boy. But yeah, with that, Reps to GOG. Go check that out, gamers. Anything else you guys want to show? Anything else you guys coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, check out Reps to GOG. Make your comic that you've been thinking about working on. Whoever's listening,
now, fucker. Do it the fucking now.
No, that's it. I'm hopelessly addicted to MMOs, so I can't really show anything else.
Epic.
Tectonicimprov.com.
Yeah, do that too. With me, I got Villainverse. If you haven't read it, you can read it. It's online. You can buy it on itch. Miley Girlfriend is still going weekly. I'm currently working. I have a secret project coming up. Starting in it's gonna have a Kickstarter in August. So when that comes out, I'll make a better announcement here on this channel. But
Mysterious.
I think if you're a Bongo Luna fan, you're gonna really like this secret project I got going. Right.
Bingo and Lima.
Yeah, Bingo and Lima, the sequel. Yeah, but
it's their great nephew.
Yeah. Takes 20 years in the future in a clown ghost dystopia. Oh boy, but yeah, I think that's all I got going for me right now. Thank you for listening to another episode of Main Character Syndrome. This has been Michael on Tectonic, the Reps to God duo. And with
I'm waving to the fucking screen like people can see me.
Yeah. Look to the screen and bye everybody.
Smile and wave,
bye.
boys. Bye.